So hello, good afternoon, everyone. We're Redapting. Just a brief introduction of our team. So we have Miriam, Oliver, I'm Selena. We have Ro and another Oliver in our team. We wanted to first take a look at the current situation at the CB City. 20% of the budget was allocated to waste management, which equates to $65 million. 26% of the waste is actually contaminated versus the Australian average of 16%. And in the period of 2018 to 2019, there was actually 20.5 million tons of waste in all of land that are sent to all of the landfills in Australia. So what we wanted to sort of look at the situation is we wanted to take on the challenge of inspiring behavioral change with the community. And we just decided we wanted to look into the routines and the habits of children. And this Brown University study actually showed that it's unlikely for their habits and routines to change after the age of 9. On top of that, 14% of the CB City population are actually at this age range. So we wanted to take you through a day in the life of BB. BB's family has just moved to Sydney from Asia. And when they first moved into their house in Bankstown, they saw that they had different colored bins and were sort of confused about what these colored bins meant, and then ended up mixing their trash. The waste collectors frequently put an X on their bins and they did not collect their waste, leaving them confused and how they didn't understand what the rules were and felt judged by the community. That being said, our problem statement was how might we inspire the CB City residents to care about sorting their rubbish? Our solution is actually 3 things. It's a 3-step approach. It's learn it, sort it, and teach it. We wanted to target the younger demographic, given the study and the research that we've taken, educate them about recycling properly and avoiding contaminated bins, making it fun and gamified because using schools as partners and to promote learning from an early age, and avoid using words because we also learned that it had a big percentage of different varieties in language in the community. First step is to learn it. So at school, children are given the opportunity to create their own bins using paper origami, and they're also given blank paper tokens where they can draw different kinds of trash and correct bin at the back. To sort it, after building their paper bins, they can actually play with these tokens and learn how to sort the proper type of trash and to which bin it goes to. And finally, to teach it. After the school activity, they are given the opportunity to actually bring it home and bring it with their family and teach the family and make it a fun and educational activity for everyone. Why it works is because it involves everyone. It involves all ages, socioeconomic groups, and all languages. There's actually no technology needed for this solution, and it's inclusive to all types of people. It's an ongoing educational tool. So it's a continuous learning experience beyond school. It's actually good for home. And lastly, it's good fun. So it makes sorting trash really fun for everyone. So we just wanted to end by saying that small actions really lead to a big impact. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for adapting. Judges, I'd love to hear a few comments, what you thought about Redapting's pitch.
Can we ask some questions?
No, let's just get your thoughts. We don't want to put too much pressure on them.
Love the approach to focusing on kids. They generate quite a lot of rubbish in their daily lives if they're not careful, and really like the idea of getting kids to take the message home with them. It's a good strength.
Thank you. Yes. I could be the next one. Thank you, Redapting. Really well done. Good pitch. In my case, yeah, I thought that it was kids, and then you involve everyone. So I think that it is a really good idea to involve kids. However, I think that for the future, it is important for you to focus on what's your target. If it is going to be kids under 9, just keep that as a focus for your pitch and for your research. And if it is, you actually cannot do everyone because it's very difficult. So it's better for you to have a persona, for you to have a very specific target. All right, but well done. Thank you.
Yeah, look, very similar comments. Thought it was really good. I really like targeting. I mean, that sounds pretty bad, but I like the target of against the kids. Often the best way to influence the adults is to influence the children, and then the children take it home. So that was really clever. Similar to Nancy, there is a risk then when you try, like when you I was like all with you, and then you said, oh, but we target everyone and everything. It's really hard to execute on a strategy where everyone is the target market, because everybody has, you know, there are lots of different segments in the market, and different segments have different needs. And so I would encourage you, even if you are just going for, you know, the kids, still try to segment that. And it might be socioeconomic level, it might be geographic level, it could be types of people under 9, like there might be a particular class age or something, I'm not sure. But it just becomes a lot easier to execute on when you've got a really specific segment, because they have specific needs. But well done, really good.
Thank you. I'll go next. Good job. That was really interesting. And again, I'm going to shadow everybody's thoughts and say, love the fact that you're targeting kids, because we are looking at behavior change, and often the way to parents' hearts is through their lovely kids. So good job there. I would be really personally interested to see how this scales up through the ages. So once we get away from school children, and then maybe nudging that behavior theory through the ages all the way up to adults.